Honestly, I didn't even understand what my dad's job was, really.
Okay.
See, I felt like I was really spoiled until I came here. And if I wanted something, that something was done.
How's it going, guys? My name is Jake. Welcome to a brand new podcast. This is episode 2 of the JakeGoesLive Podcast. Today we have two very special and interesting guests. We've got Riham and Wiam. I said it correctly. Super excited to have these guys on the second episode of this podcast. We've met once before the other day, so I noticed that you two were like really close. The sisters, I've seen a lot of siblings and it's a lot of fighting, and I noticed like you two for me.
That's what this morning.
Oh really?
So, but like we make up.
Well, so what I wanted to do was I wanted to test you guys to see how close you actually really are. I thought that'd be cool. Alright, so I'm going to ask you some questions, and we're going to see how close you really are. Alright, first question. Do you have any nicknames for each other?
Yeah. Riri. Whimsy. Yeah, it's like wee wee.
Okay, cool. Second question, who breaks the rules more?
Me.
Yeah.
Her.
What rules?
Because I'm the oldest, and like my mom, she always like, you know, has this certain standard.
Okay.
Where I'm like, no, like let me do what I want to do, and like my sisters follow. Like if I break a rule, then my sister can be like, oh, it's easy for me to do.
Who's a cleaner sibling?
Oh, me.
Cleaner.
I only say that because we share a room.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask that actually. I was wondering, like, how do you find that?
That's good.
Sharing a room.
Yes.
Is that alright? Like,
it's not bad,
is it a big room? At least you have your own space and stuff. Massive room.
Big room,
that's
for
awesome.
sure.
Next question. Do you ever steal each other's things and not like tell each other?
Like clothing?
Yeah, like you just take stuff and you won't tell it.
You want to tell them what shirt you're wearing? Let's start that.
I think like more like borrowing, but like not so much as steal. Like maybe behind her back I'll probably use like your makeup or whatnot. But that's about it. Yeah.
So you know that now.
Don't worry, I know that.
But I think it's like we live like under the same roof, not even the same room. So it's if she'll find out in a couple of days.
But I don't mind. Like I don't care if she wears my tops or my pants or anything.
Oh, okay. So you're alright with it.
Yeah, I don't care.
Last one. Best memory you've had together. So
traveling.
I think just recently.
Okay.
We went to Malaysia.
Yeah, for the wedding.
We went to a destination wedding. So it was just me and her and my mom. But like my mom was more out with like my aunties and like
people our age.
Whereas we were hanging out most of the time.
So I think because everywhere else is like more the whole family, like Isam and all that stuff.
Yeah. Alright, cool. Alright, well that's it for the sibling test. So as when we met, we said we were going to start from the very beginning because you said you have a story to tell. So I'm excited. I'm really excited, and I'm excited for you guys to see this as well. Alright, so let's start with growing up. Like get-go growing up, because I've heard a lot, but I actually want you guys to tell everyone that's watching this, like not from born, like when you were born, or if it's interesting, then if you've got something to say, but alright. Yeah, so growing up.
So I was born in Eritrea. Me and my 3 sisters were born in Eritrea. Me, and my other sister, Riham. I stayed there for 4 years. So I remember doing prep in kinder. And I don't think she went to school. So there's 3 years between us. So she was 2.5. So she was born, and my sister was like, you were 1?
No, I was 2, and Reem would have been 1.
Yes. Yeah. Something like this. I was like 4.5. So we were raised there for a little bit. We knew the language as well. So we learned Arabic. We learned language in Eritrea. So we're Eritreans.
For anyone that doesn't know, whereabouts is Eritrea,
So it's East Africa. It's located on top of Ethiopia. So it was once one country, but like in 1990, correct me if I'm wrong.
I can't correct that. So you say that's alright.
People in the comments.
People in the comments, right? Yeah. So it was one country, and then they gained independence in 1990. So it's really a new country. So it's like 28 years. So we grew up there. We learned the language. It's called Tigrinya and Tigray. So we learned them. And then we moved out of Eritrea because my dad was an ambassador. He was working for the government. And we moved out, so he got located to Denmark, Copenhagen.
Okay.
So that's where we started. Yeah, so we went to Europe from Africa. We went to Europe. Yeah.
So you were with him at this point?
Oh yes.
Yeah, definitely. We were at the and I think the things I don't actually remember Eritrea at all. Like I
because she was really young. She was 1. I remember it.
Yeah.
But so you would have been. You said 4.
Yeah, but I remember it through videos and pictures. I do remember a little bit, but not too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember as much, but I think I gained more of my memories in Denmark. And so we were at this. It was a very complicated house. I didn't even understand what kind of house it was until like I got to a certain age because I thought it was my house. But then there's a lot of people that lived with me too.
Okay, so what kind of people? Like what are we talking about?
Like so, I think my dad had his work there. Was that?
Yeah.
So my dad would work from home.
Yeah. Because so what it was. Yeah. Can I explain?
Yeah. Go.
No, it's okay. It's just to help you out. Yeah. What was? Oh yeah. So we were. So after we went from Eritrea, we went to Denmark. So we lived there for about 3 years. So we lived in this like the first house that we had. It was my dad, it was like kind of 4 stories. It's like European houses, so they had like a basement.
So very big. Yeah. 4 stories.
So a basement underneath, and then it's like
the door
first, ground level, and then the second,
Yeah.
and then we had an attic kind of, but it's like a whole floor. It's not like an attic where you go up the ladder that you just see like it's an attic, and then like we have like rooms in there. So it was really big. Yeah. So what my dad did was make the first floor his office. Okay. So he made like 3 or 4 rooms, like one for the secretary, one for him.
So decent sized floor for an office.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It was really
and then we had the top floor.
Yep.
And then it was like the kitchen, the
living rooms, And then on top of that was the attic, and like I don't even know what the attic was for anyway.
We just like played around there.
Yeah. So in the first floor where he had his offices, did he have people living on this floor, or that's their work? They would rock up and they would.
It's like one of those 9 to 5.
9 to 5. You don't go downstairs. You can like the entrance, and they go straight to the stairs. So then we go there, whereas people just like stay in there. And it's like closed as well. Like it's really big to the point they have closed. Like they closed.
So it looked like an office. Yeah. Like if you walked in there, you wouldn't think it would be a house. It just looks like a proper office.
So that's what I mean. I was very confused as a child. Like what's happening? Like my family's here, but then I got random people here. So I was like, I didn't know what to call it.
How did you think as kids? Like, did you think anything special, or did you thought it was normal? Like just normal?
I honestly thought it was normal when not so much in Denmark. Like Denmark, I barely even like remember it. But it was more when like I guess after Denmark we got relocated as well in Pakistan, Islamabad. Yeah, we were there for 5 years, 6 years. We lived there, and that's when I actually realized. Okay, like no, sorry. That's when I realized everyone was like the same as me, because I had a best friend as well. She had the same stuff.
That would have been hard though, as well. Like all your friends and stuff always moving and.
Like,
that was definitely a big struggle.
Maybe Denmark, not so much. I didn't go kinder or anything. I was still at home. She did.
I felt like I struggled a lot, like because I always begged my mom, like, no, can we just stay in Denmark? She's like, no, we're going somewhere else. I'm like, no, please. I made friends. I don't want to leave them.
What about like school and stuff? Normal schooling, like you completed all the years and all that kind of stuff. You just had to swap.
I never went. What do you call it?
Preschool?
Yeah,
preschool. Yeah. Like kinder and.
No, I've been kinder before that. What's that? What's before kinder? Childcare.
I never knew childcare existed until here. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I just thought people just would go straight into kinder. That's how it was.
I don't know if I went child. I'm not too sure if I had child. Probably have to ask mum, but I'm not too sure, to be honest. I know I went kinder, but I'm not too sure about child.
2 younger sisters were the only one that went to childcare, because in overseas I don't think they had childcare.
We just went straight to kinder.
That's what I mean.
5 years old, we went straight to kinder.
I went straight to kinder, and then I met like my best friend at the time, and she had the same thing. Like she had the big house. She had she had a maid. She had a butler. So it was. So I just assumed like whatever she had, I had.
So you guys had a maid, a butler.
Yeah.
You have like.
We didn't name it like that. We just like was a helper.
Obviously, we have names now.
To me, it's like whoa. Like you have a maid, you have a butler. Like I wouldn't have never. Like I can't picture that. A chef. So what, cook your food every day?
Oh no, not every day, but like when we had special events, we'd had people for my dad, like because he works in the government,
and he has a lot of people, like important people. If they come, like no one can just make food, so you have to get
and
a chef.
Have to cook a lot.
Yeah, exactly. So we had to get chefs and stuff.
What about like security? Like because ambassador security, like
at the start we had a massive gate, and then the front they had a security guard. Yeah, like day and.
But that was in Pakistan. It was never.
No, not in Denmark. Yeah, Pakistan. We're talking about Pakistan.
Well, they're friendly. Like, did they know you as like?
Oh no.
So it wasn't a very like close.
It wasn't a relation. Oh, sometimes like hi,
and that's it. But then again, we were kids. Like not so much we can. Conversate.
No,
we're more closer with the driver, I guess, and the
So the driver as well. Okay. So where would this driver take you? Like
school and back.
School and back.
Take us to places if we want.
Friends' houses.
What kind of car?
Mercedes.
Nice.
And I don't even know what kind of.
You know, and it's funny. We actually had how like the two flags.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had ours, so the Eritrean one, and then the Pakistan flag.
Really?
You know, like the president. Yeah, like in the front of the car. Yeah.
Jeez, what?
Like you see in the movies, USA, you got the two flags. Yeah, we had to have that all the time. It was weird. I was like, what?
Is that like? How's it like? Because it's like showing, it's like telling everyone that it's you guys are in the car. Like how would that work? Like,
I don't know. Like,
is that law? Like, do you have to have those flags up, or is it just pride, or like how does that work?
Oh, good question. Because I don't remember. Like, I just remembered my dad like having it in the car because like I don't know, he was proud of it. I guess like he was just like I'll do it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, like people have the Australian flag put up in the front of their houses, like I can see
behind it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, you could say that.
You can say you can say like I don't think it's a compulsory or something.
No.
You just okay. Could have even been like a government kind of thing, like representing the government.
Because like I mean, when he goes to his work, like
he has it, but it's not like an everyday thing where we're going to school and we have the flag. Just
I would have just like so we don't need this seriously. But honestly, I didn't even understand what my dad's job was really when at a young age.
Know it now, or
we do it? Yeah, we do now. But like back then, it was like I don't know. I feel like
I think a lot of kids don't really understand what their parents
until
do.
you grow up.
Until you grow up, and like you don't realize how like blessed you are as well. Because we didn't like we honestly. I felt like I was really spoiled until I came here, and then I saw like honestly like because back there like in Pakistan, if I wanted something, that something was done. Like whether it was a toy. Okay, let's just say it was all toys. Really, if I wanted a toy, like
you'd get it.
Toy, So.
So that would have been a big change, like because look, it's not that you were spoiled, or if you want to call it spoiled, whatever. I know that spoiled kids, spoiled kids, I can just imagine how they'd react if they did go through a big change and then they stopped. Do you still get?
No.
So it's changed.
Oh yeah, really. It changed in Pakistan actually. For me, like I don't know about you, but for me it changed like when. My maid. Okay, so my maid was really close with me. Not me, with us, and so like to the point like I actually don't even remember my mom. Like
really?
I don't remember her like growing. I keep saying that, and mom always gets offended. I started. Mom always gets offended. I feel like the maid was around more than my mom, but my mom was like I was there. Like, but it's like I don't have so much memories with my mom younger. I have more memories with my dad and my maid.
Okay, what was your mom doing?
Nothing. She was just like a housewife.
Yeah, she was basically. So
but she was so comfortably.
But I think like she had friends and stuff, and so she was out maybe or like because I'm a child, like I'm not gonna be having like here and there I'll see my mom, but like it was just different, I guess. But I don't remember her growing up. But anyway, so I was like I said, I was closer with my maid, and then one day she took us to her side of her town. Do you remember that day? Her side of her house, so in my head, obviously my innocent head, I was just like, she has exactly what I have. So a massive house, like a guard, a butler, whatnot.
She was normal.
So she was like, I said, oh, can you go to your house? Can you go to your house? Can you go to your house? And she was like, no. Okay. Then one day we did, and I was excited. Went on the butler's car and we drove there, and then like. When you see houses, like really nice houses, then it ends like average, and then it goes like really, really bad. Yeah. So we ended up there and end up like her house. Like I still kind of remember it, but I remember like I'm not even joking. The size of my room, I feel like the size of my room was her whole house.
Really?
Yeah, because there was like a lot of bunk beds. There was like the smallest like bathroom. I don't even remember if they had a kitchen. They had like a lot of like children on the floors, like mud, like dirt and all that.
Really?
So it really hit me. I was like, whoa, like, is this where she lives?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know if you remember.
She usually does stay with us though. Okay. Like Monday to Friday when we have school, she stays with us. Like she gets up, like you know, she helps us around the house or whatever. And we always treated her like she was one of our own. Like my mom never treated her like, oh, go do this, go do that. Like if we're all having dinner, she's
there with you.
Yeah. If we're going out shopping, she's gonna come with us. If we went overseas and she was here, would buy things for her.
Yeah,
we treated her one family. We never made it out like we're better than you ever.
Yeah.
Because we didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Like,
so what happened to your friends? So what happened? Like, did you leave? Like, how'd that work?
So we from Pakistan, we went to Egypt. We went for like 4 months. So we like my mom's mom lives there. So my grandmother and her brother was having a wedding. So we're like, you know, she wants to reunite with her family. Yeah. So we stayed there for 4 months. We didn't see her for actually 4 or 5 months really. Okay. Then we went back to Pakistan. Yeah. I continued studying. And, you know, we just brought her gifts, treated her as our own. Yeah. And then when we finally made the decision from Pakistan to come to Melbourne, Australia in 2007, like, you know, we said our goodbyes. We didn't say goodbye forever because we didn't know we were going to be here for long. Okay. Yeah. So we came here originally as a holiday because my mom's siblings, everyone is here. Her brothers, her sister, so everyone's here. So we're like, you know, we'll come visit for the summer because we came June, July, August. That was our plan. But then like my mom really loved the life here and like she wanted us to, you know, because you know she was obviously over moving from one place to another. She wanted us to have a stable education, to live a stable life. So you know my mom made the decision to come here and so you just decided to stay. So we said our goodbyes to her. I remember like we gave her like gifts, like whatever she needed, even if she needed extra money, like we were more than happy to give her. We never gave her like, oh my god, like we never ever treated her like that ever. Like that, we were really close and like we'd watch TV together, like we'd never like get up, do something. Whereas my mom's told me stories that back in the day, like in Africa, it's very common for you to have a maid. So she would be like, oh, you know, people would treat them really bad, like, you know, but we treat her really good. So she was really grateful for us. We miss her actually.
When was the last time you were in contact with her?
Wow, 2007.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, she's got Facebook or what? Like?
Oh, I don't even know.
You don't even know. No. Do you remember her name? Like,
Layla.
Have you tried to search her up? Try find her on Facebook. I'm so interested.
You know, I've never ever thought of like trying to find her. Yeah, the thing 100%. Is, my mom, because we had two. Yeah. My mom knows. We know the first one, but I don't remember the second name. Fatma. Okay. Yeah. Fatima. Okay. But we say in the Fatma.
All right. Let's talk about your dad. Is your dad still ambassador or is he former ambassador? Because I've read that he was the former ambassador. How's that work? Like you said, I read something saying that he was the former ambassador, but I'm not too sure. Okay, so this is all recent. Yeah. All this stuff happened. Okay, okay.
2010 was the last time we saw him.
Really? Yeah. So 8 years ago?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Last time we actually saw him.
Yeah. But we keep in contact. I feel like it's not a crazy thing for us because we're so used to my dad, like going for work and going to different places. So but we've always kept a good relationship. Like cool.
Are you still in contact with him or how's that?
We haven't spoken to him for a while now.
Really?
But like we're trying to be positive. We're very positive people. So
okay. How do you find that though? Because like I don't live with my dad either, so I can't really, like, you guys have probably not seen, like, I'm in contact with my dad directly through my calling, and my dad lives here, so, like, how do you find that? Like, living away from your dad, not being in contact with your dad, like, I don't see my dad all that much, but you get used to it, I guess. Like, personally, I've gotten used to not seeing my dad that much, you know what I mean? Like, so would it be the same thing for you guys? Or?
Sure, like, 2007 was the last time we, moved apart.
Oh, okay. Like, moved apart. I was gonna say the last time I said that was not true.
No, moved apart from him, and then he came 2010. Was that next time? Oh, 2008, I think.
No, 10.
10. That's it. Yeah. Okay, so he came 2010 here for the summer, and that was like maybe like 2 months. A good 2 months. Yeah. After that,
he came twice.
He
came for my grade 6 graduation, which was 2008. Yes, end of 2008 to transition to 2009. Yeah. And then he came
2010.
10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So like like you said, you get used to it at a certain point, because I think it was after 2 years maybe it was like, okay, then it's 3 and then it's 4. You don't even realize it. So you get so used to it, you don't feel any type of way about it.
No, you don't.
But And also, I think the most advantage was the fact that we at least spoke to him. Like, that was
as long as you know that he
that was a blessing. Exactly, that was a blessing. And then what happened after? Yeah, like, so, like she said, you know, through WhatsApp, like, we would text, like, every single day. We would FaceTime here and there, phone calls. So a lot of phone calls. So it still felt like he was here with us. So it didn't feel like any type of way. But it was just only until recently, like, you know, when you don't see or talk, it's like, that's when it became hard. But now, like, I think we're just trying to be positive.
We just pray and we pray that he's okay. And, like, we also pray that hopefully he, like, leaves, like.
Yeah, that's my next question. I was going to say, because you said he came down for
my graduation and then he came for
your grade 6 though. She's not that old.
I know. We recently were just at a protest. Like we were saying
how many months ago now? It's been like
2-3 months. Whereas it was in December.
What, Melbourne?
Like Melbourne, in the State Library, just recently, about like saying like, you know, we want the dictatorship to stop. You know, we want to care about our people because the people like in Eritrea probably think that we don't care about them, like because they're suffering, whereas we do, but we just don't have an idea of how to stop. Like
of course, it'd be so hard. From Melbourne as well, like exactly. It's so hard to stop stuff.
We're just spreading the message that you know Eritrea isn't doing well.
Is there photos and stuff from that rally? Like I could probably insert it on the screen if there are.
Yeah, sure.
I'll probably find some photo stuff. So I'll pop some photos up on the screen as we're talking right now.
Like not everyone can go to that country too.
Oh yeah, I don't think I can return.
We can't. We can't. Well, no, we can never.
That's kind of from my seat. It sounds like a good thing. That you can't. Not the fact that like it'd be good to see your dad, obviously, but. For safety of yourself, like you guys and your family and all that kind of stuff, it's probably safer to stay here at this very moment. You know what I mean? So how have things changed for you now? So like now you guys, you finished uni, you're still in uni. Like what's next? Like, so first of all, what kind of uni courses are you in now? What have you finished and all that kind of stuff?
You can go first. Okay. So she just... I'll go first. Okay, I'm in a 2-year course right now. So I'm doing an associate degree of fashion technology in RMIT. Oh my god, don't stop me, guys. Imagine! I know what she studies. So I've been doing that now. So it's in my second year and I should be finishing at the end of this year, hopefully.
Awesome.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's okay. What happened?
So you're in your last year. Is it hard so far? Because are you back yet?
Oh yeah, this is like my first week now. Yeah.
Oh really?
Like so last week. What's today? So my first week, obviously, like it's the whole orientation thing, like what's expected, what's gonna happen. So it hasn't hit me yet for me to say anything, but I definitely know it's gonna be challenging. For sure.
I can tell. I can confirm for that right now. It's hell. Second year especially because it's like the last year of So we'll see. Oh my god.
Because alright, so once you're finished this course, and once I finish, we'll talk about what you're doing as well. So once you finished your course, what are your plans? Like what? Because I know that you've got your own clothing label and that kind of stuff. So it's Wiam Hegi Co. So that's your website.com, whatever. Alright, cool. So what are your plans after? At the moment, what are you thinking of doing after you finished?
Like, I think I started backwards, I'm not gonna lie, because I went into first year with a line, and it's something like people would assume like she already has some background information on what she's doing, but I'm not even joking, I don't ask her the most questions because she just graduated, so it's like, do you do this, do you do that, and it was like, I didn't realize how fashion now, they're also in technology, because I'm more like pen and paper, so I would design mine.
That's the same as, half. I used to be really pen and paper, like really good at drawing, really good with like using it's easier for me, like to draw down and write down your ideas instead of actually typing it. I hate
because with typing is so limited on where it has to be. Like with the pen and paper, like I can write something here and write something there, and
it actually means something. The location of where you put everything is like, I know, like like I write on my whiteboard and I'm like, okay, that corner is for that, this corner's for that.
You can't do that on computer. So like and so we did computer aided what is it, CAD design.
I've used CAD. They use it for architecture, so I've used CAD. I've used CAD as well. My architecture course.
So we had to do that, and that's obviously something I had to learn. It was so big. Like I'm still learning. Like I can't do it, but
I hated it.
But and like not even like with colors. Like I feel like with design you can express so much with colors, but there you're so like. I mean, I assume you would know how to do, like, a lot of people know, because you can see it, like, on Tumblr, Pinterest, you know how they do it, like, it looks so good, but, like, I'm obviously not even that level. It takes so much practice. It's like, why take so many years for me to get to that when I can do it now? Do it right now. So, it was just, like, tough like that, I guess, but, what was I?
Yeah, so like what's next? What are your plans once you finished university?
I've decided, okay, so last year I did my line and everything. I came out, and so this year I decided to not work so much on my line and actually focus and try and graduate. Because last year was just like, it was a lot of work. I didn't know what I don't even know what made me actually do it, because I thought like I can run like a line of business and then study, and I felt like that was just like, I don't know what went through my head, like I can totally do it.
But the thing is though, like once you finish uni and you're actually focusing on the clothing line, it's probably going to be more work. Once you're putting all your effort into the clothing line, you probably think back and be like, I actually didn't do that much work, like especially it depends how much effort you want to put in it as well, and how far you want to take it. And
exactly, and things like I have so many ideas and so much like I can like put 100% like effort into it, but like you can't do 50 and 50. Like you have to put 100. I know for a fact I can't. Like I know I have to put one above the other. And I mean the line, like for me, like the fashion line, like there's no due date. Like I see it as that. Like with my uni, it's like everything has a due date. I have to do everything like before. You know, you have to. Like I don't want to graduate like in 2 years time when I can do it this year. If that makes sense. I don't want to delay it on. If I can do it now, like I feel like 1 year is not bad if I just focus and I actually even. It's like I'm not even studying something that doesn't relate with fashion. Like I'm learning like a lot this year. So that's
so for instance, like for you guys, has uni actually, like I know uni helps a lot of people, so has uni actually helped, provided you with a lot of knowledge and all that kind of stuff? So anyone that wants to do that course, you would probably recommend doing it.
Sure. But you need to like not know your stuff, but just know what you're getting into, because it was hell. I'm gonna talk about my experience after her.
It's not easy at all. Like I mean, if I didn't do the 2-year course that I'm doing now, and I did a line, I don't think I would know as much about like fashion, because fashion is not only so much like, oh, you can put things together. It's more like the fabric, and I didn't even realize fabric is so important.
Fabric,
it's the way the set out. Like we have this thing called pattern making. To actually make a pattern, to make like, this is a lot harder.
How I like to describe it is saying that it's basically engineering but for clothes.
Okay, yeah.
That's how I say it, because I'm like, you're literally putting parts together, creating pieces together to make something. Whereas like you're doing the same for a building, you're constructing it, whereas we were constructing an item. Like
you know, like the floor plan of like like of the building and all that.
I've done this. Like, I used to do building surveying, so I know all about it.
But we do it for clothes.
Like whereas like building surveying is like protecting lives and all that kind of stuff. So you're finished uni now. So how did you find it? How was your experience?
My course was good. It was a bit challenging, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know what I was getting myself into, because I felt like I did the degree, and then I was like, oh, like, you know, they taught me from the beginning, like how to do something like from A, literally. Like the knowledge was amazing, like the experience that we had, the museums that they allowed us to go to, and the different experiences, the different projects, like the fashion shows, like we did like a fashion show, we did I did a menswear fashion show, so not fashion show, but kind of like a collection, a menswear. At the end of my degree, I did a menswear collection for factory. So they were the like.
Is that part of the course?
Yes. Oh, cool. So like we basically teamed up. So they told us we want to do menswear, so we decided to go. You know, sometimes like some of the things that we brought to the table before we showed our factory panel, because it was a panel before we created the items. We had to show our teachers, our mentors. So we explained to them, we want to do this, we want to do that, we have the ideas. They say go for it, but it's not really commercial. But it's like, what if we don't want to be commercial? What if we want to exceed that and like really go above and beyond? Like, why don't we do that? So last year we want to have fun, make it a really cool menswear collection. And they're like, oh, it was good. Obviously, we settled on what designs we wanted. We went with the team. We went to the factory panel. They really, really liked it. Really liked it. So that said a lot, because it's just because one person says they don't like it, that doesn't 100%. Mean you stick with them. So that's something I learned during the
whole experience.
Yes, it's definitely.
So like, what are your plans now? Like, what's
so
next?
I took that whole year off last year, 2017. So I graduated in 2016.
Yeah.
I took a whole year off, and I just wanted to like kind of relax because I felt like that experience was
16 years or whatever it was. Like, you need a break.
So I just like, I want a break. So I started working, started saving up, just doing my own little thing. But I feel like this year, especially 2018, I feel like I need to bring my name out as a fashion designer, kind of just be recognized for what I want to do. But I just took a break because I needed it for my sanity.
How do you plan, like you said, you want to bring your name out? Have you got a plan? Like, how do you go about that? How do you do that?
Roughly right now, like I just want to bring my name on Instagram. Okay. I think Instagram's such a good
it's amazing. Instagram, look, Instagram's awesome. You can gain a lot of followers. You just need to be very consistent on Instagram, I find. Like, it's different for everyone. People say don't overpost. People say don't post once every 3 days. It just works differently for everyone. I personally, in my head, it's a little thought. It's like, I wonder if people are getting annoyed by...
I never think like that.
I don't care, because I'm like, if you're following me, clearly it means you're interested. That sounds
That's
so...
True. No, it's true.
But I'm just like being honest,
true, If you don't like what I'm posting, then, unfollow. 100%. Yeah. No, that's cool.
But that's how hopefully Instagram, and then just...
All right, let's ask some short questions. All right, so like for instance, YouTube. Who's your favorite YouTubers? Because you said you guys watch...
Ace Family.
Definitely
Ace Family for sure.
Ace Family. I need to get on them. I haven't.
Oh, they're the best.
So quickly, like, what do they do?
So they're a family. So now, they're a family of 3. So it's Austin, Catherine, and Elle. So that's why they're called Ace, because ACE. They do daily vlogs. They do
challenges,
the pranks. I don't know. I just love them.
It's
so
cool. I think it's not because like I don't know. I feel like you're kind of with them a little bit. I know that sounds corny.
No, 100%. Like that's how YouTube works. Like you feel like you're there.
Then they take you everywhere, and not even like they're so positive. And honestly, I'm not trying to brag, but I feel like they're like the only people that hardly have any haters. You can see it on the comments. You know.
You see comments, you see dislikes, you see all that kind of stuff. It's all there.
When they started YouTube, it was only until it was a month and a half that they reached 1 million already.
Oh no, I don't think so.
Did you not see the vlog today?
Oh yeah. That's 1 million, just easily.
Just in 1 month
now,
and a bit.
Like they're at 5 million right now.
Yeah.
But when they first started, it took them like a couple of months to get into.
It took them literally 6 weeks.
No. To start to go to 1 million. I swear.
Yes, punch on.
No. This is the fight you wanted. We'll see. Ace Family.
I'll leave a link to their channel. I'll check it out once I'm editing and all that kind of stuff. I'll leave a link if you want to check out the channel. Go down below. All right, next question. Favorite TV shows? Because I love my
How to Get Away with Murder.
Okay. I've heard of
I
that.
love it because of Viola Davis. Okay. She inspires me. Look at me. I love it. She's so powerful. Like if I was ever a lawyer, I would.
Loyal, you're not.
If I was ever a lawyer, I swear to God, I would.
So that's like, it's funny because I said this in my last podcast. You said lawyer, yeah. Suits. Have you seen Suits?
I've heard of it.
I literally wanted to do law because I liked how cool. And then you sit down and you're like, they're not really lawyers. They probably know a little bit because they've learnt it from the script and all that kind of stuff. But as far as like being a lawyer goes, I've heard it's a lot different.
For sure.
How about we go with the questions? So now, like, I told you guys to bring a question. I'm going to do that for every podcast from now on. So have you got a question each, or have you got... Oh, because you said you forgot...
No, it's like written down, so it's like, cool. Yeah.
So I wanted to ask, because I was so curious of like, what inspired you to start doing podcasts on YouTube, or what inspired you to even start YouTube?
Okay. This is funny.
The roles are reversed.
Man, this is supposed to be about you guys, not me. All right, so one night I was sitting down. I was watching this YouTuber called Alfie Days. He runs a channel called Pointless Blog. He just does vlogs every day. Yeah. He does other stuff. He's got 3 channels, but the channel that I got hooked to was his just daily vlogging. Yeah. His lifestyle. I was attracted to the lifestyle that he had. One night I was sitting down. I was watching his vlogs, and I'm like I would love to do that. One night I was thinking to myself, I'm like, could I do this? And then I shut that down straight away. I said, nah, like, you're not going to go on camera. Yeah? Like, that's not you. slept on it. The next day I'm like, nah, you're pretty confident, like you should do it. Yeah, like just do it anyway. So I ran it past a couple of people. I'm like, do you think I should do it? Whatever. I'm thinking of doing it. Like I really want to get this started. So then it took me months to think of like to get this even started, all the equipment, spending all the money, had to sell a lot of stuff to pay for the equipment, all that kind of stuff. So then the next thing was like choosing a name, choosing what I actually wanted to make content about. I always wanted to be the person, I don't like calling it interviews, like I don't want to interview people, but ideally I'd love to meet up with other YouTubers and like ask them, like that's my goal, is to meet up with other big YouTubers and have a chat to them and figure out how they did it and then work off each other and all that kind of stuff. But I've always been confident talking in front of people, and so I thought that'd be cool. I could use that to my advantage. So it's not something that I am only going to upload. I don't just upload podcasts and all that kind of stuff. I mean, this is only my second episode, but it's going to be like, I'm going to be uploading what I am at the moment, so a bit of everything, because I don't want to limit myself either. And then podcasting, hopefully, I aim for podcasting to be like my big thing on YouTube, but eventually, as I said, it's a slow process. You eventually get there, you get the next person, but yeah.
So what are the three, what are the three things you want your channel to be known for? So like 3 words, describe them in 3 words. What do you want them to be known for? Like your YouTube channel, Jake Goes Nomad.
Okay. 3 words, that's a tough one. I'd probably say, I know what the goal is. It's just hard to say the 3. Like I've got 4 words. I'll say 4 words. I can't really cut it down to 3.
Okay, that's fine.
But it's, you can kind of like, all right, so leave with a smile. So like, no, honestly, like I want people to leave my videos like getting ready for their day. You know what I mean? So like, that's how I don't watch any negative YouTubers. I feel like they drain me so bad. So I just like even Logan Paul, as bad as like, I've stopped watching him because of all the stuff that's happened. I just don't like the negativity. Like it's, for me, I want people to leave my videos and actually be happy. I used to be like, I used to watch YouTube for that reason. I wanted to watch YouTube videos because I know they made me happy. So I feel like that's exactly how I would want. I love the feeling. I still do love the feeling of watching people's videos and like leaving for my day, like positively. I just want the same for everyone else that watches my stuff. So that's pretty much it.
That's so inspiring.
So hopefully people do. No, and like I've had a couple of people message me and like they're saying that I've inspired them to start something, and that's literally that's all. I've done something correct. You know what I mean? Even if I was to quit, I know I've helped people. So like for me, that's all I want. I just want people to leave and like be happy and positive about their day, their week, and like go out and actually do something different. That's exactly what I would want from my YouTube channel.
That's cool.
All right. Awesome. No, that's cool. One piece of advice from each of you. So it could be anything. What would you give? What would you like to say to someone that might be watching this?
I think with me it was more like, because last year, I mean, I was 18 and I figured, I was young. How can I throw a line? How can I do this? I can do this. I feel like age is also a thing where people sit back to like, I'm not 21 yet. I'm not 25. I'm not old enough for me to like come out and do and share my work. And I feel like the younger they are, the more people won't take them seriously, because that's what I felt like. I felt like because I was 18, everyone's gonna just look at me twice and be like, no, because she doesn't know what she's doing. That's what I feel like, and I feel like that shouldn't stop you. I feel like,
so age is not a limitation.
I really don't. Like I know a lot of people that at age of 16 where they like started. Like I mean, like one of the Justin Bieber. Like look how young he was. Like, but he's one of a kind. Like you don't know anyone like that. Like,
if anything, like if anything, if anyone's watching this as well that is under 20, the younger you are, the better.
The better,
The better. I wish I started this when I was 15, 14, you know what I mean? Like, I wish I dropped all sport and I just stuck to this, because I know I'd be a lot further than what I am. But, like, the younger you are, honestly, get started, because, like, the older you get, the more you're going to regret that you didn't start earlier.
But it's never too late as well. Like it's never too late, because so many people like that are like 40 and they realize this is not what I want, and then they do something and they're so happy. So it's never too late. But for me, I just feel like no matter how old you are, like you should always just like go for it. Like
yeah, sister.
Always go for it. That's what I feel like, and I feel like that's what I did. And even though the outcome isn't obviously, I'm not having a line in Paris right now. I've started. That's exactly. It's a start. My name's there. People know it. I just need to like fix it and work on it
and build it.
Exactly. Yeah. What about you?
I relate to her, but in terms of, I feel like after I finished my course, everyone like was like expecting something from me. That's why she started first, because I feel like I have a thing where I'm so fearful of what people will think, especially when it comes to my work. I'm very sensitive on that. So my advice would be just not go for it, but don't fear and don't overthink your ideas. Just think like you are enough. Yeah. Like don't think like, oh, my work isn't good enough, because I felt like I said that a lot. So that's what made me so fearful from starting a line, where she just went for it. So she kind of inspires me, because she's like, she went for it, and I was like, oh, like I'm scared, like I just finished.
I literally just went for it.
She went for it, but I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. Like I don't know, it's too much pressure. Like I feel like I'm not ready.
Can't lose, honestly.
Yet, like my signature look. Like when you look at something, like you could be like, I'm wearing Adidas. I'm like, I'm wearing this.
Yeah, Adidas. I would love a sponsor, by the way, because I love Adidas. Like I used to be like, Adidas or Nike. I'm like, nah, Adidas. I love Adidas.
So like when you look at something, you're like, oh, that's Adidas. That's what I wanted. But then I'm like, mom's like, just go for it. You just do it. But I'm like, so scared.
Just do it. That's Nike. That's Nike.
Just do it. So I feel like it's relatable, because like she says, go for it. Whereas I'm like, go for it and have no fear.
Have no fear.
Yeah. There.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's it. If you guys did, we'll wrap it up there. If you guys did watch this whole podcast, please comment down below. I want to know, thumbs up. I want to know if you guys have watched the whole thing. Thank you so much for doing this. As I said, I appreciate like you guys coming down and actually recording this with me. If any of you guys want to like check out their social medias and all that kind of stuff, I'll leave all the links down below. Thank you so much for being on episode 2 of the JakeGoesLive Podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Nah, no problem at all. We'll end it right there. Thanks, guys. That's it.